Hey, it's David Ruddick, founder and managing director of Insane Technologies. And today I wanted to have a little chat to you about one of the things I see in the industry so much, and that's the proliferation of managed service providers. And by managed service providers, I typically mean managed IT service providers, offering cybersecurity services and creating a bit of confusion for the customer because just offering cybersecurity services is kind of a blanket term now. A lot of the vendors out there will tell you that if you buy this security solution, then that is a cybersecurity control. And businesses, particularly small to medium business, we're talking the 65 user and below sort of business, they don't understand the difference between what an MSP, a managed service provider, and an MSSP, a managed security service provider, provide. Now, managed security service provider is typically someone who also will provide what we call SOC, SIEM, or MDR services. SOC, Security Operations Center, SIEM, Security Information Event Management platform, which is like a big log collector that does analytics and alerts. And MDR is Managed Detection and Response. And so for an MSP that then goes and sells, some antivirus solution, maybe a bit of email filtering, maybe a bit of multi-factor authentication, and they call this managed security services. And for the client reading it, they feel that this means they are getting a level of protection or risk minimization. The reality is that they're just getting a tool. It's like buying a hammer. Unless there is someone behind the hammer who knows how to use the hammer, who knows how to adjust their swing, adjust their strength, the right nails to use on the right material, etc., it's just a hammer. And it can cause as much harm as good. The amount of times I've hit my thumb using a hammer. And the same goes with antivirus solutions, EDR, endpoint detection and response, MFA solutions, multi-factor authentication, email solutions, and everything else. It's one thing to sell the product or service. It's another thing to actually manage and, more importantly, monitor that service. Because if there's not someone actively looking at the security alerts from that service all the time, then your business will probably end up getting popped. You'll probably end up calling someone like me to provide incident response services to get you out of the mud because the tool probably wasn't configured properly. It wasn't generating the right security alerts. Things that got through shouldn't have got through. No one saw the alert. And when something happened, no one actually rushed in to go, hey, is this an active cyber incident? And can we minimize or mitigate it before it turns into a full-blown attack? Yeah, it's hard. And SMBs are sort of in this sweet spot where I feel that an MSP and an MSSP need to be combined. A lot of MSPs don't like working with an external MSSP because they're worried that they're going to try and steal their business or something like that. And so they sell these tools without fully explaining to the client that it's just the hammer they're selling. They're just the Bunnings. They're not also selling you the tradesperson or professional who knows how to use the tool that they're selling. Because unfortunately, most IT folk are not trained in how to properly set up, configure, maintain, and monitor these security solutions. If anything, they just know how to set it up and usually at a really basic level. So if you're out there and you're shopping for a new MSP and they're using all these cybersecurity words and telling you that they'll save you from cybersecurity because cybersecurity is something that they do. Cybersecurity is something that sells. Think about that. You may be setting yourself up to a false sense of security. As I said, all too often when my team come in and investigate cyber incidents, that's what we find is that they've been sold all these wonderful security controls or tools, but no one knew how to maintain, monitor, manage, and configure them properly. And I'm kind of on the fence at the moment that MSPs need to stop using the term cybersecurity in what they're offering unless they actually have people certified and trained to do this because it's setting you guys as clients and business owners up with this false sense of security. So if you're interested in chatting about managed security services, have a chat with me. I'm happy to point you into the direction of some really great players. We do it ourselves. We also do believe that for the SMB that those two services should overlap, and we have dedicated teams for both IT and security. If you're out there and you're shopping, maybe ask the MSP that you're doing business with, when was the last time you had a client who had a cyber incident that ended up in a ransomware, or that they had to have systems restored, or maybe they had to call upon their insurance policy, or worst case scenario, they had to notify. Because that might give you an indication of how well they really understand the security tools they're selling, and whether or not they should be calling them cybersecurity, or whether they should be just saying that they sell you the basics. Because it's a lot more complex than most people realize. I hope that's been educational. I look forward to chatting to you soon. My name's David Ruddock, and have a great day.